It is currently 9:14 a.m. on Monday morning, March 29th, 2021. Alright. If you didn't know, I place my computer in this cardboard box every day. The more you know, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's a spider. There we go. Didn't kill it. Well, I got nothing against spiders. I think that's good. Alright. Alright. Well, I think I'd enjoy this a lot more if, one, it didn't take up Wi-Fi, and two, I didn't have to show people. Because, man, that's like worse than actually working out, just showing people this stuff. The reason I'm working out so bad isn't because of the whole, being tired or muscle strain. Because I can live with muscle strain. I can live with being tired. But I can't live with just being this bored. Just over over and over and over and over again. It's just the same thing every day. Nothing changes, nothing new happens. It's just the same thing over and over. And it's not even like talking to someone, You don't talk to anyone. You don't hear any voices. You don't see anything interesting. It's just the same noise. Over and over and over again. Once again, does this even really matter? Does it matter to face the boredom that I'm facing right now? I don't know. Also, it's hard to think of, man, what if someone sees this? I hope to God no one sees this. I don't want people seeing me awkwardly do sit-ups for like half an hour. Jesus, my leg hurts. Oh my God, okay. My leg hurts an absurd amount.
I can deal with being in an immense amount of pain. I'm usually in an immense amount of pain at all times, always, anyways. So it's not like this is anything new. But still, it's like this. This is pretty boring. It doesn't matter. I signed away my soul when I got a 2 point whatever. Or 1 point whatever. Or whatever. So I can live with myself being in hell as long as I know I deserve it. But apparently I would have been here regardless. So makes me kind of happy that I messed up, because at least I deserve this. I'm just thinking of a poor alternate universe version of me that got like a 3.5, 4.0, something crazy like that, and still managed to get here. Because that version of me would have not been prepared. He would have been like, but I did so well, what did I do to deserve this? That's the first thing I asked being here. It was like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, first thing came in mind, I got a 1.8. That's something pretty big. I deserve this because of that, and that makes sense. But if I had a 3.5 or a 4.0 or something like that, then I would have no idea what I did to deserve this. Like, I wouldn't have been mean to anyone, so that would make sense. I do well in school, so there'd be nothing for me to rationalize. There would be a way I'd find a reason to be here. And I'd be kicking and screaming the whole time. Because unlike me now, he wouldn't have deserved this. He wouldn't deserve to be as miserable as I am now. And although it's true that I would have been miserable regardless, I feel like I was less miserable before. Before this wasn't that bad. I could be happy with myself before this. I can live with myself before this. But right now, right here, now, if I didn't do anything to deserve this, I don't think I'd be able to handle it. If I did nothing to deserve this fate I have now, I don't think I'd be able to handle it at all. The only reason I'm not crying right now is due to extreme amounts of pessimism saying that I deserve this over and over and over again. Because I do. Simple as that. I just can't live with the fact that this was going to happen regardless. Like, that's something I really just can't live with. Like, this, right here, was gonna happen no matter what I did. No matter what happened. This is it. This is what I get. There was no escaping this. There is no avoiding this. It's just how it is. This is just how it's gonna be, you guys. I don't know. Maybe God hates me. Maybe no matter what I do, I don't deserve anything. I don't try to go back with mine, because I deserve this. I did something to deserve this. And just because, just because I realize it's going to happen anyways, doesn't mean I'm going to start, pleading to go back. Because I still deserve this. I still live in a world where I deserve this. That doesn't change. What changes is the fact that this isn't situational. This is inevitable. And that's something I don't want to live with. Something I can't live with. The fact that this was going to happen regardless. I know I've been repeating myself a lot, but still. I shouldn't be pouring my heart out. It's not like you're a random group of people that I don't know, and it's not like I'm just talking to myself out loud. You're my parents. You're the people I'm trying to keep this information from. The people that I try to, make sure they don't know how I feel. You know what? Screw it. This is just an easy way for me to talk to you, I guess. I don't have to look you in the face to see how ashamed you are of the fact that I have emotions. I don't have to be cut off to hear what you have to say about my opinions. So I guess this was a blessing in disguise. I don't know, maybe you get mad enough that when you hear this, you just cut it off immediately and call me. Well, that means that the parts that got you really mad, you aren't going to hear. So, that's good. I don't know if you guys still listen to these. I hope you don't. This stuff is weird, and I really wish it didn't exist, but it does. It does. All I can pray is that you don't, share this to other people, because, oh, wow, look how cool my son is, because, God darn. I really would hope that you didn't share this with anyone. Because this stuff's weird. I don't want to be doing this in front of random people. Put that stuff. Yeah. When I heard that I was going to be here regardless, it just broke me. Because I always thought, I'm here because I messed up. That makes sense. But to think, even if I did well in school, I'd still be here, miserable. Completely and utterly miserable. Just... at this point, I don't really care if you guys are gonna A, not listen, or B, just yell at me over and over again. Because whenever I show any emotion besides unstoppable optimism and courage, etc., 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 you always have something to say because you're angry at me that I'm not constantly happy-go-lucky. Because life is amazing and etc., etc., etc. But you know what? I'm going to say this stuff anyways. Because I need to say it. That's all the reason I need to give. But I just feel dead inside. Once every 2 or 3 years, something in me just dies. And I know I'll never get it back. I feel like once every, 2, 3, 4 years, I become a little bit less me. What I become, I don't know, but it's just not me. It's I'm turning into someone else, and someone who isn't, not just someone else, but someone who isn't a person. Something a bit more emotional, something a bit less human. And it's am I gonna become something that doesn't feel, something that isn't human? I don't know. I don't like what I'm becoming when I'm becoming something. And it scares me. Because one day, am I going to wake up completely not me? Am I going to wake up not being able to smile, not being able to laugh, not being able to cry? And that terrifies me. All my emotions feel fake. I always feel like I cry and I laugh. That's because that's what an old person should do. I never feel like crying. I never feel like laughing. I just think that's what an old person should do in this setting. And so I do it. You know? Even in situations, I'm not going to name them because, you know, I don't want to come to terms with the fact that I didn't feel anything during those times. Even in situations where I should definitely be feeling emotion, and I look like I'm feeling emotion, it just feels like me trying to fit in. Me trying to be someone I'm not. This is what you guys get for not getting a therapist. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all my deep personal problems because I don't know. But yeah, at this point I forgot what I've said already, and by the end of this workout, I'm gonna forget that I ever said any of this out loud. And I'll only remember, and I'll deeply regret it when you guys come to me like, either A, hey Malcolm, are you okay? Or B, Malcolm, you should stop talking, blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, more likely, hey Malcolm, you feel like this? Oh, well, you should feel bad for feeling, by the way, you guys really like saying, don't be a victim, blah, 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 blah. But like, if you're put in a bad situation, are you supposed to think, man, what a great situation. Now that I'm in a bad situation that I shouldn't be in, I'm going to proceed to just pretend that everything's fine. Because that's not very good. That's not very good to be like, even though I'm in this pretty bad situation, I'm going to pretend that everything is A-okay. Like, that's not good. You should say, I'm in a bad situation. This is not okay. You know? It shouldn't make people feel bad for thinking, man, I'm in a bad situation. Because I know that other people are in worse situations. I get that. But that doesn't mean the situation I'm in is bad. Like, if you're part of a human centipede, sure, you might be kind of living it better than people locked in cages. But, like, does that mean you should be okay with being in a human centipede? And people locked in cages might be having it better than people in human centipedes. But does that mean they shouldn't try to, not be locked in a cage? I don't know. I think so. You guys might disagree. You guys might say, well, I mean, there's poor children starving in Africa, so you shouldn't complain about, not being able to feel emotion. Or, feeling like you're slowly turning into someone else, slowly feeling a little bit less you. You shouldn't be worrying about the fact that, in your memory. Like, you guys say that I'm making my memory thing. Like, earlier, Daddy said that I'm eating unhealthy because I'm beating the system. And that really bothered me. And I know I couldn't say anything to him, because that would just extend the conversation. But it just deeply bothered me, because I don't eat unhealthy food because I enjoy unhealthy food. That stopped. I don't do that anymore. It isn't fun for me. It's just, it's not me beating the system. It's just a symptom of misery. The only reason I said I'll eat when you alerted me about Grandma having food, I said I'll eat later because you were downstairs and I don't feel comfortable eating around you. Man, that's good to get off my chest. Like, I gladly eat meat or vegetables over sugary foods because, dear God, it is miserable. It is miserable. I am sad. I feel nothing inside. It is horrible. I hate it. But food's food, and sometimes there isn't meat in the fridge, and sometimes I don't have enough energy to get up and walk to the store, which is a mile away. And I don't have enough energy to walk back because I don't have money for coffee. And if I want to walk from here to the store and back, I need caffeine so that I don't feel like I'm dying. And even then, even with caffeine, it's not like, a nice stroll through the park. Because eventually, I just get so bored that I just start talking to myself. Not like this talking to myself, but like making random noises like a maniac. So I just... Getting junk food isn't better. I don't get it because it tastes good. It's just so much easier to get. Junk food is right across the street. Good food genuinely tastes good and genuinely makes me feel like I'm not wasting my life away is a mile away. And the coffee I get across the street when we don't have creamer here is junk food. It's junk food. It's caffeine, but it's also a ton of sugar. So I still have to eat junk food in order to get actual food. And even then, it's not like I have infinite strength because I still have to carry the food here. And meat and steak and stuff weighs a lot. And even still, even if I'm strong enough to carry it back, the bags cut off my hands, blood circulation in my hands. So I end up not being able to feel my hands, and I just have to keep walking and hope to God that the bags won't break, which they will. And it's just so much stress and so much work just to eat an actual meal. Now that Pop-Up's here, I can go to the store with him. And it's not nearly as stressful, but that all depends on Pop-Up. So, if Pop-Up's too tired, he's too tired. Just have to, leave him alone. But, you see how that's a problem? It's not like I can just get up and oh, you're right, I'm sorry for eating all this junk food. It's time for me to go to the store. I can't just do that. And even still, you're gonna go that's perfect reasoning to get a car. And it's just man, I feel like I just shouldn't be in the situation. If you want me to get a car so badly, just if you want me to get a driver's license so badly, just I don't know, allow me to get a driver's license. If you allowed me to have a driver's license this whole time, I wouldn't be in this situation. It's the fact that you were hey, you know how you don't really care about getting a driver's license? And it's just something that you're expected to do, and I'll make you feel bad for not doing it? It's just yeah. Well, I'm going to make you do something else that you really don't want to do in order to get a driver's license, which you generally don't really care about. Because I get how you think it's all alien and weird and stuff for me to not want a driver's license. But I feel like you don't try to understand the situation that I'm in. Because I'm not in the same situation you guys were in when you were my age. I am in a world where you don't go outside. You don't talk to other people, and you just stay in your house. So there's not much I can do here. There's nowhere to go. Because everywhere is closed. You just can't. You just can't. And although there's some places I might want to go for like 3 minutes, is that really worth a car? Like, it's not like I own a car. I gotta either A, take Pop-Up's car, which I don't know if he wants to do something, or B, take Daddy's Mustang, which doesn't work, and even if we did somehow get it to work, it'd probably stop working while I'm driving, which would be a heart attack and a half. So it's not like I can do much with it anyways. And even on top of that, maybe I just want to get it after the quarantine when I genuinely have something to do. Or maybe walking's good exercise. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. In my opinion, I think it's too much effort, you know? Like, I can just learn to drive later. There's no rush in doing it now. It's not like I have anywhere to go. I literally have nowhere to go. I've literally been in this house for almost 3 months straight. It is torture. It is hell. This is hell. This is the worst period of my life. Hold on, what time is it? Darn, 26 minutes. Okay, I have not been working out, so I guess it's gonna be an hour. That's what I get. That's what I get. But hey, it's nice talking for once. It's nice, voicing my genuine opinions. And hey, maybe if I talk enough, you won't have to see the cringy workouts. Win-win here. I'm still going to do 33 minutes worth of workouts. I'll say I did 14 minutes worth so far. So I guess that's an extra 14 or something. I don't know. I know you guys want something to say. And it's going to be really annoying. Because you'll only have something negative to say. Because any time I voice free will, it isn't a will of your own. It's negative. You only have something positive to say when I completely and utterly agree with you. I can't disagree with you. I'm too young to disagree with you. I'm too stupid to disagree with you. I'm not saying this because I genuinely think that. I'm saying this because you guys just don't like me disagreeing with you. You think I should share all of your opinions. And that's why, for some reason, it was an epiphany to me when I realized, when I turn 18, I'm not just gonna, stop existing and you guys take over my body like some, clone. Because that's not what's gonna happen. What's going to happen is that I'm just gonna grow up and live my own life. And that was an epiphany to me. I had no idea that was gonna happen until, I was just sitting alone one night and just thought, one day I'm going to be 18. And it's not like I'm going to be 18 and my parents are going to take over my body and see what they can do at 18. I'm not their do-over. I'm not their second chance. I'm me. And that was just something really weird to think about. I'm going to end up being me. It's going to be 18-year-old me, then 20-year-old me, then 30-year-old me. At no point in the process my parents just become me. I have my life to lead. It's my life that I can choose what to do with. Where, at the end of the day, I have control of what I do at the end of what I do. And that's just so weird to think about. Because I keep getting told what to do by my parents, just like, when you grow up, you should do this. And I always just assume the whole, because when I take over your body, obviously it's highly metaphorical, I'm not leading a life that you'll lead later, I sound like a crazy person saying this stuff, but yeah, I'm not going to lead a life that you'll lead later. It's my life. It's a life I'm going to lead. A life that I can do with. So, it's just weird to think. So things are going to be like this regardless. sir, if you're listening to this still and not, rage putting out this video because he said that, he said mean things towards me, blah, 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 blah. If you didn't, click out the video, yeah, you don't realize how much that, struck a chord with me, Because, that was shocking, to say the least. That I would have been here, regardless, because it's the whole thing of inevitability. Like how... I don't know. Let me shut up. Just because I don't really care about, what you guys have to say towards this video. Because you'll have to say something, You always have a problem with what I have to say. So it's not like it matters, but... I don't know. Maybe I want this lecture to only be 30 minutes long rather than be, a full 10 hours of just so Malcolm, Malcolm, why do you feel that way? Or, Malcolm, I'm angry at you and I'm gonna stop talking to you. Or whatever, I just, also, why do you can't, you were just don't tell your mom this, or, about, or you, talk about something I say to you. When I told you that I was here because I thought it was a punishment, which I thought was genuinely true. And I still think it's genuinely true. Because how could this not be anything less than a punishment? I'm not going to understand that for a very long time. And I don't get, how or why you're offended about things I say about you or towards you. It's so weird because you spent my whole life telling me that I'm not your equal and I am less than you, which, yeah, sure, fair. But then you get offended by things I say towards you and things I say about you. And that's just so weird to me. How are you offended about something I say? It's not like I'm your friend and I stabbed you in the back or something. I'm less than you. My words shouldn't mean nothing to you. But yet they do. And it's just so weird to me. Because, whenever I tell you something, I assume that you'll react how I'll react. If I say something offensive towards you, I just assume you brush it off like how I'd brush it off. If I say something about you, I assume that you'll act how I act. It's almost the same thing about me. Which is, alright, cool. But then you don't. Then you're more emotional than me. Then you react toward me. And it's so weird. I can't understand how you would react more than me. Because I assume that other people end up just as emotionless as I am. Oh man, I can't lift this above the bar because my arms are too spread apart. Oh, okay. But yeah. And I guess seeing how you react so emotionally highlights how unemotionally I would react. And I just end up feeling a little bit less human. I shouldn't be telling you any of this whatsoever. Does it matter? Does it not matter? I don't know. To be honest, I shouldn't even be saying any of this. Because I know you'll say something. I know for a fact I'm getting lectured after this. Because I said something that I wasn't supposed to say. I'm supposed to be doing workouts, etc., etc., etc. And it doesn't matter. Does it really, really matter? If I want to work out, I'll work out. It's simple. It's as simple as that. If I want to work out, I'll work out. If I don't want to work out, I won't work out. It's just that simple. Because before you told me to work out, I was working out anyways. Now I just want to do it less. Like, I was working out before you told me to work out. But then and then you were like, well, I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. And at this point, I just want to do it less. I just want to do it less. And like, cleaning the dishes. You don't have to tell me to clean the dishes. I'm going to do that regardless, because that helps out my grandparents. And like, I feel like I only have a certain amount of things I can say to you guys until eventually you just stop taking me seriously. And the more points I cover, the less you'll take me seriously. But you know what? It doesn't matter what you guys think of me. Because it'll always be negative. And I get that. No matter what, I don't know. Man, I wish working out was less boring so I didn't have to resort to therapy. God, I need a therapist. I really need a therapist. Man, I super need a therapist because, like, Jesus, this isn't stuff that you guys should be hearing. I mean, it is stuff you guys should be hearing because you would ignore me in any other setting. In fact, you'd probably ignore me in this setting too. But at least I have a little bit more faith, you know? Ow! God! Okay. Man! Okay. This series, the Lost Stress series, but it is also something that you probably should listen to. And something random has been in pain since that first week of college where I like messed up my leg. Like something random, sometimes it's my leg, sometimes it's my arm, has been constantly in pain at all times. And it hurts. Like, God, my legs hurt. This morning was like my inner thigh, my inner right thigh. And right now it's my left leg. And oh dear God, okay. And it's gonna keep hurting, and I know that. But Jesus Christ, man, calm down. Right? If I don't say this now, I never will. The reason why I at least say that I should go back to high school is due to the fact that I noticed that I am generally smarter than I was at 12. And unlike then, now, if someone were to tell me, hey, you want to go to college? As like a 10-year-old, I'd say, no, why are you asking this to a 10-year-old? You know, and that's why I feel like I should go back to high school. Or at least felt. I don't know at this point. It doesn't matter. And please stop saying that, oh, you would have failed in high school anyways. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Because now I'm thinking, oh dear God, because you gotta understand, for my entire life I was told that I'm smarter than people, that I'm better than people. So suddenly being told you're worse than people, LMAO, just doesn't help. Like, I just feel god awful because it means that if I didn't make this change in my life, I would have ended up a failure regardless. Not I would have ended up a failure, I would have ended up a failure regardless. Because not only am I failing, but even if I stayed on the path that you normally use, I would have failed regardless. This isn't harder, it's easier, and I'm still failing. The reason I want to go back to high school is because normal people don't fail in high school. The average person doesn't fail in high school. And so, as someone who is slightly above average, if not more, I shouldn't fail in high school either. That's why I should probably go back, because if the average person does okay in high school, I'll probably do okay in high school. And then I get told over and over and over and over and over again, no you won't, no you won't. And it's just like, oh God, I was going to fail from the start. So no matter what route I took in life, I was going to fail inevitably. No matter what happened, no matter what I did, I was bound to fail. And that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. And I don't know if you get that or not. I don't know if you're purposely doing this to me, to terrify me, just to make me feel like human garbage that was never meant to be anything in life, and just someone in the background of someone else's life. I don't know. I don't know if you think it's helpful for some reason. It's not. It's not. But sure, I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder if people think I'm smarter than I actually am. I wonder. Cause like, I feel like people think I'm a person that I'm not. Like, the people that people think I am, the person that people think I am, that's not me. I haven't done anything to make people think that I'm some sort of like super smart, super creative, genius person, whatever. I'm just a normal guy. And sometimes you go like, if you were dumb, we wouldn't treat you like this. But I feel like you would. No matter what happened, you would treat me like this. I'd end up in this situation right here. Naturally dumb, naturally smart, I don't know. But I wouldn't be. I'd be in a much worse situation, nonetheless. I'd be in the same situation, nonetheless. Because you guys wouldn't allow yourselves to raise a son that was naturally stupid. I don't even know if people can be naturally stupid. I don't know if people are naturally smart. I don't know that every humans just end up the same way regardless. Or unless they're like born with some mental disabilities or something. So, it just feels like no matter what happened, no matter what variables changed, unless something seriously drastic changed, like me being born with cancer, my life would end up like this regardless, no matter what I did. And I hate that. I hate that this was inevitable, that being in this exact situation was going to happen no matter what. Maybe I wouldn't be working out. I don't know. But I'd be in this house, locked away, forever. Feeling like I'm better than people, socially distancing myself. Earlier, okay, changing topics. Earlier, you told me that I think that I'm a 15-year-old, that I associate with 15-year-olds. I don't. I feel like a 5th grader that's been stuck in time for 4 years, and now I have to pretend like I'm a college student. Because the last time that I socialized with people like a normal person was 5th grade. That was the last time I felt like a normal person. Not like a better than person, but the last time I felt human. The last time I felt like I genuinely had emotions. Because I talked to people. Because I felt like I fit in with people. And now, I've stayed in this sort of weird area, this weird period of time for 4 years, completely stuck in stasis. Well, 3 years, because it's not like starting now, it's starting when I entered college. For 3 years, I just stayed in limbo. 2 years? Was it 2 years? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, for 2 years, I just stayed in limbo, doing nothing, not progressing at all, and suddenly being a college student. And while struggling to be human, I guess, in college, as like someone who's supposed to be in 8th grade, but inside it's just a 5th grader down there. And I just sort of tried to pretend to be in college. But then people kept saying, Malcolm, why? Malcolm, this isn't good enough. Whatever. I feel like this still needs to be said, but I do need to get to working out. Like, Malcolm, you're not good enough. Malcolm, why are you here? Malcolm, you're making me look horrible. Well, Raymond's the one who said that. And you're certainly going to blame Raymond as a scapegoat, because I know you guys will. You always do that when things get tough. I'm not trying to insult you. Really not. I'm just saying the truth because I hate lying. Sometimes I need to lie. Sometimes I lie to make myself look better. Sometimes I lie to make other people look better. But I do end up lying a lot for someone who hates lying. Because I hate lying. If I'm in a situation where I don't have to lie, I won't lie. I don't like lying. I hate lying. I hate that sometimes I have to lie. I hate that. I hate that to my core, and I don't think you guys get it. If I'm lying, it's because I don't know the truth. That's as plain as that. If I'm saying it's wrong, it's normally because I don't know the truth. Sometimes I have to lie. Sometimes I have to lie because if I don't lie, I'm going to be put in a position where I'm absolutely not going to do well. Sometimes I have to lie because I might anger someone so much that they throttle me, throw me against a wall, and knock me unconscious. I don't know, but sometimes I have to lie, and I feel like right here, right now, I don't. I know this is going to come back to haunt me. I'm just delaying it. I'm just delaying it by thinking that it won't. But it will. I know it will. Yes? Downstairs. Kinda. Well, to the inevitable, I guess. To the inevitable. Should have played music.